Someone asked me what my thoughts are on the current situation in Iran and how I feel about the attitude of some Sunnis, specifically Wahhabis, towards the Iranians because they're Shia. And I've got a few things I want to say about this. So let me start here. As someone who spent more than 20 years in that world as a Sunni Wahhabi jihadist, I can tell you something from my own personal experience. That path takes you to a very dark place, a place of hatred, a place of sectarianism, and a place where you genuinely believe that your blood is sacred and everyone else's blood is worthless. You start dehumanizing people, and not just non-Muslims, even Muslims become targets if they don't agree with your religious views. And the only real difference between the Wahhabis of today versus the Wahhabis at the time of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab is this. Back then, they actually acted upon the beliefs that they held with blood and violence. There were massacres, especially against the Shia community, and they justified this in the name of God. Today's Wahhabis have the exact same beliefs, but they don't follow through with violence, primarily because they're in the pockets of the rulers and they avoid politics altogether. But the theology of sectarianism, dehumanization, and hate still exists in that circle. And we've seen what that ideology looks like in modern times with groups like the Islamic State. Now let's talk about today. I've seen people, and no, it's not all Sunnis, but I've seen people cheering that Iran is being attacked. Cheering, and it's honestly disgusting. Imagine how dark your heart has to be to gloat and celebrate the death of people regardless of who they are. The casualties of any conflict are always normal, innocent people, men, women and children, people who have nothing to do with geopolitics. And some people are sitting there with their popcorn saying Alhamdulillah. Why? Because they're Shia, they're kuffar, and their life has no value. This mentality is disgusting. They dress it up as if it's a religious matter, but it's got nothing to do with religion. Their hate and sectarianism is all political. And some people are so deep in state propaganda, whether that's from the Gulf or from the West, that they've lost basic human empathy. So these people really need to question themselves, because the kind of people who lack empathy in this way, who cheer and celebrate people's pain and suffering, are psychopaths and sociopaths. Wallahi, this sectarianism is the greatest disease in our ummah.